Tell them, if you want to be intimate with me, this is something you're going to have to deal with. And once I finally got over my fears and told him, he was actually very, very good about it. He was interested, if that's the right word for it. He wanted to know about it, and he wanted to know what kind of precautions we should take, and he wasn't disgusted or disapproving or anything like that, which really helped a lot. I'm on birth control, but we still use condoms every time. As of today, he's HPV free. You have to be very careful, because even though I haven't had an outbreak, I still might be carrying the virus. You don't really know. Some doctors say that if your immune system is good, after a year, your body might naturally get rid of the virus itself, but nobody's really sure, and there's not an affordable test that anybody can take to check if you still have it. At this point, since I've come to terms with it, it's not the having sex or the spreading it. I mean, that does worry me. The thing that worries me the most is the repercussions of having children. You can possibly spread it to your kids, and that's what scares me the most. I'm not thinking about having kids anytime in the near future, but I know I do want to eventually have kids, and I know that it's something I'm going to have to think about when the time comes. When I told him, my ex-boyfriend, was in denial. He told me that I couldn't have possibly got it from him. There was no way. I asked him to get tested, and he wouldn't. And so he still maintains that it's not him, and I maintain that it was.
So you could still be spreading this out to other people?
Yes.
She is brave to go on camera and share that story. She seems like someone you wouldn't even think to have an STI.
Actually, Mark, she has a lot of company. As I said earlier, statistics show that 25% of sexually active people our age have an STI. Melissa has HPV. Listen to what Dr. Trethewey has to say about HPV.
If you've been sexually active, most likely you've already been exposed to the human papillomavirus.
Dr. Trethewey also spoke of a new treatment that women should ask their doctors about.
The vaccine is an extremely important new treatment available for human papillomavirus. This particular virus can cause cancer of the cervix in 70 to 80% of the cases. So getting immunized at an early age is very important for women.
Jessica, the doctor and the HPO director both said how important it is to get tested early. I understand this is real important, especially for women.
That's right, Mark. Here's what Dr. Trethewey had to say.
Earlier testing, the infections have not spread so far, and I think it's especially important for women. It may affect your chances of reproduction later in life, so early diagnosis and early treatment are very important factors.
The doctor also said that some STIs could be cured.
Some of them can be cured if you're looking at gonorrhea or chlamydia. If you're looking at infections such as herpes, no, you can keep them in remission or suppressed. And the same is true of the HIV or AIDS. Again, you're not cured. Hopefully it is in remission, though.
That is good news that some forms are curable and that STIs don't carry the stigma they once did. But they still carry a high cost in treatment, especially if not caught early.
There are a number of treatments. Some are as simple as oral medication. Others require an injection. And in the cases of HIV and herpes, it can be a lifelong treatment where you're taking pills as often as every day the rest of your life.
An STI may change your life, but it is not the end of the world.
If you're thinking that this is the end of the world, if you happen to have contracted an STI, especially one that's not curable, one that you're going to live with for the rest of your life, it absolutely is not. There are communities of people all over our country, all over the world, who do well every day managing their sexually transmitted infection. Each one's a little bit different. Some require medication, some require taking precautions. They all require making sure you notify your partner. But the research suggests that if you're involved in an intimate relationship, if you're careful, if you use barrier protections, if you listen to your body, if you take the appropriate medications when necessary, even if you have HIV, it's still possible to have a healthy sexual relationship with a partner.
If you take anything from this program, we hope that you know that help is always available. You should never feel like you are alone. There are a lot of people out there that share the same circumstances, and if you know someone that has an STI, be supportive of them. It's a life-altering thing.
If you have any questions concerning any health issue, including STIs, whether it is for you or for someone else, visit the Health Promotion Office on campus in the University Center. Rooms 1201 and 1202. Lenny's door is always open and a welcome place for you to share your concerns confidentially.
Oftentimes, when students are concerned about any one of a number of issues related to health, they will stop by our Health Promotion Office Resource Center. And those that kind of hang around a little bit oftentimes will pose a question to one of our staff members or to me, asking if we have a minute to talk. When that question comes up, the answer is always absolutely. And I'll invite a student, or I'll invite you into my office, and we'll have a seat, and I'll inquire as to whether or not this is a personal, private, confidential matter. If it is, then we'll make sure we close the door so we can talk about these concerns in the privacy of my office.
We thank you for taking time to view this program and educate yourself to one of the biggest challenges facing college students today. I'm Jessica Betcher.
And I'm Mark Selvey.